Like an awesome beach plus an insane water park equals pure happiness. 20 restaurants times an unbeatable nightlife equals yeah. And most important plus luxury suites equals times all unlimited equals infinite possibilities. It all adds up to #1 all-inclusive family resorts. Call 1-800-BEACHES and save up to 65%.
Great suckers. Your car insurance goes up because of their bad driving.
Don't stand up.
People try all sorts of ways to get rid of them. If you're sick of paying more than your family has, get Snapshot from Progressive. See just how much your driving could save you.
I'd like to talk about Matthew Dellavedova, the Aussie. He had a playoff career high 20 points in last night's win. That is exceedingly rare for a guy with his background. He's just the third undrafted player in the last 30 years to score 20 in a finals game, joining the Spurs, Gary Neal, and John Starks. And the Dixon Starks scored 4 times in the 94 finals against the Rockets. We bring in Pacers head coach Frank Vogel. Frank, 2 overtime games and crazy comeback by the Warriors last night before the Cavs. Just your general impression, what we're seeing, the theater, the drama in these finals so far.
Well, it's definitely one of the most compelling matchups we've seen in some time. You know, with what LeBron James has, had to deal with in terms of adversity, losing Kevin Love earlier in the playoffs, and now Kyrie having to shoulder a greater load and lift up some guys that are being asked to do a lot more than they typically are asked to do. Matched up against a great Golden State team that was the best offensive team and the best defensive team in the same season. So just a very compelling matchup.
When the casual fan watches a basketball game, we're fighting for the basketball. When you watch a game, how do you see the floor?
Well, I think what action they're running and how things are being guarded, and when there's a defensive breakdown, I'm usually analyzing the defensive breakdown and just watching both sides of the ball.
All right, so are the Cavs the team that's basically dictating the coach to the Warriors at this point in the finals?
Yeah, I think so. But I think from a standpoint of energy and hustle, I think the Cavs have won that battle so far, and they're leading the way. But his play being contagious, calling his other guys, the Mike Millar's and Dayton Jones is just relentless, going after loose balls and winning the hustle game. But that's a game that Golden State has won most times this season. It's not like that they're incredible. I expect them to come back with a great effort game 4.
There was a moment there they showed Steve Kerr and he's like, guys, no hanging heads, we're better than this. When you see a team that's been so good all year and you start seeing the highlights that something's a little bit off, how do you approach that? How do you try to turn it around?
Well, you got to do some games, and that's what Coach Kerr was doing. You have to challenge them to do better, but you have to do it as well. And you got to understand that this group hasn't been as deep in the playoffs. It's uncharted in some regard, and you got to make sure you're still lifting guys up that may be struggling and maybe letting doubt creep in, and you can't allow doubt to creep in. So I'm sure that's what they've been doing the last 24 hours or so.
Real quickly, we got to go. Smart basketball guy, do you think the Cavs pulled this off?
I'm not a coach, so I'm staying away from predictions. I think they have a good chance, and I think Golden State has a good chance too.
Very political and diplomatic out of Frank Vogel. Frank, it is great having you in the studio today. Thanks for joining us today.
Of course, thanks for having me.
Frank Vogel, coach of the Pacers, enjoying his offseason and the finals. Wednesday night baseball on ESPN tonight. Camden Yards, Adam Jones and Rose hosting the struggling Red Sox. 7 Eastern time on ESPN and live on Watch ESPN.
Throughout the whole playoffs, we talked about our group being resilient. We're a group that really never quits. It's just been that way the whole playoffs and throughout the year.
We are 2 games to 1. I think we're confident we can go out there and find a way to get it out tomorrow.
we've been fortunate enough to be put in the position that we are right now. Be 2 games or 2 wins away from ultimately our dream. So I think that is our main focus right now.
Interesting series in that the superstars heading into this final, Steven Stamkos, Jonathan Toews, Patrick Kane, have combined for 9 goals and just 1 assist through 3 games. That is a far cry from what they were doing earlier in this postseason. In fact, in the first 3 rounds, the trio combined for 55 total points. Each player ranked among the top 10 point scorers to that point in the postseason. Steve Wilson and Barry Melrose at United Center, 3 1-goal games, 3